Basketball Hall of Famer, Mr. Warrior, if you will, himself, Rick Barry. How are you, Rick?
I'm doing great, Rich. Thank you very much. I was actually at the game last night, and they didn't play their best basketball in the first half, had a lot of turnovers, and still had control of the game and won it very easily. The Warriors are the best team in the league. I mean, it's just that simple, and I'm not saying that because I'm a former Warrior. I mean, any series they play in, if they go and play their best basketball and the other team plays their best basketball, the Warriors are going to win the series. So it's just a matter of whether or not the Warriors execute on both ends of the court the way they're capable of doing. If they do that for extended periods of time, they got away with it last year in the finals, never played more than 2.5 quarters of really good basketball and won in 6 games. So, and with Klay Thompson not even having a good series. So, who knows what might happen here. But it's going to be fun to see. They put themselves in a great situation. The record, to me, be great to have it, but no big deal. I mean, their goal, and I talked to the guys yesterday, they're focused. They know what they're trying to do. They're trying to become repeat champions, which doesn't happen very often. And if the record happens to fall, no problem. And I heard you saying whether they're going to go after it. They try to win every game they play, and nobody plays extensive minutes. So it's not like, okay, we're going to go for this, and we're going to play 40 minutes a game and go for it. They're going to play their game of basketball, and if it works, then they get the record. Great. But it's a tough road. I mean, I don't know if you looked at the schedule over the last couple of weeks. The Warriors' schedule was a tough schedule. They played so many teams that were sitting at home waiting for them. They were playing the second game of back-to-backs on the road. And the same thing here. They've got to go out and play a good, Memphis is playing pretty well. Go play Memphis, then the next night go down and play in San Antonio. And San Antonio will be home resting. It's kind of crazy. It's but they've done a great job.
Well, obviously, if they're going to win every game that they want to. That they're suited up for. There's no question about that, Rick. The question is, should Steve Kerr suit some of these guys up? Should he do that and go for it?
Nobody wants to rest. And I don't. What is this thing about all of a sudden the thing? I know it's Pop trying to save his guys because they were a little bit older. Trust me, I always wanted to play. I didn't want to sit. I want to play. I want to play. I want to try to win. I want to do as well as I can do every single time I play. And so, I don't think that it's a situation where he's going to be resting people. And here's my thing, is the NBA need to find any coach that rests one of his players late in the season on the road. It should be a huge fine. I mean, just a huge fine. Because especially when you have interconference play, if a guy's going to rest somebody and it's the only time he's going to be out there for the fans to get to see him, a great player, that's not right. If you're going to rest him, you rest him at home.
Well, I mean, this is something that's been going on for the last couple of years. And as you know, there was a big to-do when the Spurs took on, I believe, the Miami Heat in a big TNT game. And Popovich sat everybody.
Right. No, I remember.
That created such a furor. So, but
I said he should be fine. Should be fine. I mean, what do you think? I mean, come on, I'm paying all this money to get to see these great players.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, rest them at home. If you're going to rest them, you rest them at home. You don't rest them on the road.
So do you think that Kerr should decide himself? Because he said last night that he was conflicted and that he would speak to the guys. What's your take on how Steve Kerr should handle it himself, or go and throw it up into the group?
Play the games the way they've been playing. Nobody plays expensive minutes. I talked to Steve a little bit before the game. I mean, this is a really good basketball team that doesn't play people excessive minutes. I mean, look how many times Steph set out the fourth quarter of games that he play. So they've gotten plenty of rest during the course of the season, and I'm sure that if there's a chance to win the game, that they may play a few more minutes to do it to try to get to. Why not? I mean, why not have the distinction of being a team with the greatest regular season record? I don't think a few extra minutes in a few games that are left are going to be any significant factor.
I'm with you, Rick. I mean, because at this point in time, why would you put the foot off the gas pedal anyway? I mean, it's April 8th. You got to start playing playoff games in 8 days from now. You've got 3, in a way, tune-up games that mean something to keep yourself focused. I would be sorely disappointed if Curry doesn't suit up or Green doesn't suit up or the minutes get cut. That would be disappointing as a fan. But then again, I don't know if Kerr and the Warriors should care about that sort of thing.
Well, I don't think they necessarily have to care about it. I think it's a matter of internally what they want to do. But I'd be shocked if these guys don't play. Absolutely shocked.
So when you spoke to these players, I'm on the phone with Rick Barry, Hall of Famer. When you speak to Curry, when you speak to Green, what do you see in their eyes? What do you hear from their voice about this journey that they've been on and what they have in front of them?
I think they've been level-headed about it. I remember speaking to them before the season even started, and just was reminding them that they're going to have a target on their back this year and all. And I think that they handled it exceptionally well. Obviously, look at the season that they've had. It's been a remarkable performance thus far. Hopefully, it will continue. I don't see these guys, if everything stays as it is, health-wise and all, I don't see why they shouldn't be able to repeat as champions. But just a really focused, level-headed group of guys who are playing the game in such a way. Rich, I'm telling you, it's rare that I will stay up late at night or do anything. I get the games that I can on DVR to watch. I just really enjoy watching this team play. And Steph Curry, I mean, you see at the end of the game the move that he made when he got that three off late in the game in the fourth quarter. I mean, he just makes you – I would not want to have to guard Steph Curry because he can make you look really bad.
Rick Barry, Hall of Famer, joining me here. And then on the other conference, it still appears that Cleveland is the team to beat. Cleveland is the team that can pose the largest threat to either the Spurs or the Warriors. How do you feel about LeBron James and the way he is going about his business in Cleveland with the coaching changes and things of that nature, Rick?
Well, I thought it was an unfortunate situation. The coach lost his job. He got into the finals last year. They're leading their conference, their division, and doing well in the conference. Who knows what was going on internally? Unless you're there, you can only speculate. I think it was a bum rap. But LeBron's a great player. I mean, come on. I mean, any team that's going to have LeBron James on it is going to be a team that you're going to have to be concerned with. Whether or not they're going to be able to get back, win the championship this year and get back to the finals remains to be seen. They certainly are the favorite to do it. But if they play the Warriors, I don't think they can beat the Warriors in a 7-game series. I really don't. Last year, Rich, I wrote for the Examiner in San Francisco and followed the games closely. Mm-hmm. I can't believe, I just was dumbfounded how many times the Cleveland Cavaliers had no passes in their offense. It was LeBron bringing it up the floor and going one-on-one, and then maybe one pass and the guy would shoot it. After that game, I think it was the first or second game, I wrote, there is no way that the Cleveland Cavaliers could beat the Golden State Warriors playing this type of basketball, and you can't ask one player to do that much.
So when it all comes down to it, we were asking our viewers and listeners of this show a poll question the other day. Do you take the Warriors or the Warriors or the field for the NBA title? How would you answer that question, Rick?
Well, if the Warriors are healthy, it's the Warriors. The Warriors are the best team in the league. I said that earlier. I'll stand behind that. If they lose, it means that they just did not play the kind of basketball they're capable of playing. They lost focus or something happens and they do something silly. I just can't see anybody in this league that, from what I've seen so far, that's going to beat them in a 7-game series.
So before I let you go, I want to talk about your son, Canyon, who's right now one of the most sought-after graduate transfers in the country, coming out of the College of Charleston. And what can you tell me about your son's scenario and situation that's going on right now, Rick?
Yeah, well, he, they didn't have – my son is first-team academic All-America. I mean, he and his mother are no trivia question, the only mother to be on first-team academic All-America, Division I for women, and then to have a son, first-team academic All-American, pretty cool. Thank God he takes after her in that regard.
Nice.
But, in honors college, majoring in physics, never had a B in his life, so he wants to be a nuclear engineer. So that kind of eliminates a lot of schools who might not have that in their graduate school.
Sure.
So that's a criteria. And the other one is he's got to like the coach, and he wants to play at a major conference and have an opportunity to experience not having to go on 8 or 10-hour bus rides and things of that nature. And a coach that he likes, but also a coach that plays up-tempo. My son has not had the good fortune of doing that. He's very athletic. He's 6'6" with a 40-inch vertical. He can pass it. He can handle it. He can get to the basket, shoot the ball. And so I'm hoping that he's going to thrive this year. And coming off the injury, he's had a lot of time to be able to get himself back and ready to go. I expect him to have a really good year. He's a great kid, very compliant. Any coach that has him is going to be happy, I think, to bring him in. And I think he'll help whatever team he winds up going to. He's going to help make them a better basketball team. And he shoots underhanded free throws.
That's what I was about to say, Rick, that one way he takes after you is he shoots underhanded free throws. And so let's put it this way. And we have video of you showing the rest of his team how to do it, and they're kind of clanking it off the backboard, you know, and seeing your son as well. So the question I have for you, Rick, is if I gave you 100 free throws underhanded right now, how many do you make underhanded right now?
I'd be really upset. I'd be very upset with myself if I didn't make 85 or more.
So you're an 85% free throw shooter right now. You put down the phone, you shoot 85% with 100 free throws right now.
I would, if somebody wanted to bet me on that, yeah, I'd take that bet. Yeah.
Oh, so you need a little action is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't want to go sit there. It's boring to sit there and shoot 100 free throws.
Oh, okay.
So,
just want to make sure.
No, it's got to have something on the line, you know. And somebody says, "Want to do?" I said, "I'll tell you what, I'll do whatever you want to do and try to beat you at what you want me to do." But then we go shoot free throws because I know I'm winning mine. You better hope you're going to win yours.
Well, with me, it's hosting a show. It's something television related, Rick. Certainly, if I'm going to go against you.
Well, you might be in trouble because I've actually broadcast longer than you have.
Look at you. I'm going up against the famed Barry competitiveness right now. What am I doing?
Well, I have. I've been broadcasting longer than you have.
I know that, Rick.
Longer than you are age-wise.
I'm very well aware of that. Did you have to convince your son to kind of figuratively twist his arm to go underhanded free throws?
No. I was there. I said, "Son, I'll show you. Mess around, do it." And then 2 weeks before his junior year in high school, he says, "Hey, Dad, I think I'm going to switch to underhanded." I said, "Great." I said, "But wouldn't it have been nice if you decided to do it at the start of the summer so you could have practiced a little bit?" Mm-hmm. So he made the switch. It took him a while. He stayed at it. I just said, "Hang in there. It's going to be fine." And he just kept getting better and better. And he shot like 85% this past year. And so he's got it down now. So I'm not worried about it. But great kid. He really is a good kid. It'd be fun somebody to watch him. Oh, let me throw one thing out there real quick for your listeners.
Yes.
Most people have no idea. You're probably one of them that walk around and you're dehydrated.
And yes. Tell me about this.
Physical problems.
Yes.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, and this is a hydration product. It's a drink that you can have. It's a concentrate that you can take with you on the road. It's got little packets, whatever. You just stick it in one of those, half-liter bottles, and you're ready to go. And has no sugar in it. That's the great part about it. And go to the website, hydrusperformance.com, HYDRUS performance.com. Check it out and put my number in the promo code that you can have, and you'll get a discount, and give it a try because you don't want to be dehydrated. It causes a lot of problems. My wife was having a problem, and I got her drinking this, and she was getting headaches, and now when she drinks and does this, she's been eliminating her headaches. So it's pretty cool. So just check it out. A lot of data, but no sugar. That's a great thing, too, for a lot of people who want to stay away from that. So I appreciate always talking to you.
Of course, Rick. And for those who are unfamiliar with your number, give it out there.
24.
Oh,
yeah, my number, 24. That's true. I forgot. 24. Number to put 24 in the promotion code, and whatever, when it comes up, if you put an order in, and you'll get a discount off of that. So hydrusperformance.com. Check it out. Get yourself hydrated, and you're going to feel a lot better.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure to talk to you, Rich.
You got it, Rick. That was just me, by the way, as a broadcaster, making sure that everyone knows what your number is. That was my trick.
That's because you're a quality professional, and you know how to get it done.
Thanks, Rick.
Exactly right.
You too. Thanks for calling in.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern, on Audience.